This is quite underrated and not heard of because most people don't talk about the importance of your environment as a spiritual entrepreneur, and to see the success that you want, that you desire so deeply. Your environment plays such a big part, and I've only just recognized this 5 years into my journey. So when I say to you, like, I fought this belief for such a long time, I was just like, nah, not true for me. I can work around this. Like, this is all just like, it's not true for me. You know the vibe. Like, when you're a spiritual entrepreneur, you kind of have this belief sometimes of like general business advice you don't tend to take on, especially because you know you're spiritual, and there's a place for that, right? Because you're not meant to take on all of the beliefs and all the ways people teach us, and you're not supposed to just listen to everything that like blind faith, right? But when it comes to your environment being a key part of you elevating, it's 100% true. And I'm going to explain in this video why, and also how you can get yourselves into the right environments, because I teach on a multidimensional level. So there are layers to this. It's not just environment as in take your physical body into a room. No, because it's very easy to just go, oh, you need to get yourself into the right environment, go to this event or blah, blah, blah. No, you don't even have to pay to fucking do half this shit, right? But what you do need is the right environments on 3 main core levels. So number 1, I just want to, before I talk and tell you what those 3 environments are that you need to get yourself into to reach the success and the levels that you want to achieve in your business success and all the things. But before I do that, I want to just talk deeply about why your environment is such an important part of this, okay? Because we are energy beings, right? So you know this already. You've heard this all around. Like, we are energetic beings. Now, what is energy? Energy is something that cannot be created nor destroyed. It simply exists. And the way in which energy works, this is literally pure physics. It transfers from one thing to another. Okay? So if you are an energy being and you are in environments where everybody around you is working 9-to-5 jobs, that is the constant dominant energetic frequency that is being transferred, whether you acknowledge and are aware of that or not. It's the transfer is happening. It's an invisible energetic transfer, because beliefs, they're all energy. That's thought form. It's energy, right? Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So where is it going? It's going somewhere. It's either going to go into the person who is around that energy and they're absorbing it as thoughts, they're absorbing it as their beliefs, and that becomes their dominant frequency, or it's going to somebody else, right? But we're constantly passing, as human beings in connection together, we are constantly having this back and forth energetic transfer. I like to call this the energetic transfer effect. And I'm going to share this in a completely different video and go really, really deep in the energetics. But this is why your environment plays such a big part in your success as a business owner. Because if you are constantly transferring the energetic thoughts, actions, behaviors, habits, values of people who operate at this level, how are you going to elevate? Because you are only getting an energetic transfer of the same level. You're in the same frequency as people who work 9-to-5s, and you're trying to get up. You're trying to get out of that environment on your own energetic frequency. Now, if you have a really strong dominant frequency, then yeah, you might be able to do that. But it's much easier and it's much faster and it's much quicker when you start to tap into the frequency of people who are already playing at the level that you want to play at. And the moment that you put yourself in that environment with your thoughts, what they are thinking, they transfer that to you. So you then start to think and operate like them. You start to behave like that. You start to act like that. That's when you get to embody and become that next level version of you. Now, that is so difficult to do when you are around people who don't cheerlead you on, who don't understand where you're trying to get to, who don't even know what the thought process is and what the habits look like and what the behaviors what it actually takes. And so when you are just operating in this same environment, guess what? You're going to come up with all your own excuses that the subconscious mind will do to keep you playing safe, because it's safer here, because you feel like, oh, I've got my family, I've got my friends, I've got everybody's support. Or you don't have the support, whatever the thing, but that's your comfort zone. Okay? And so nobody's explaining this. What everybody is saying in the business world is you need to elevate, you need to get yourself into rooms, It's like, what the fuck does that mean? This is what it means. I'm going to break this down for you, okay? Because I struggled with this for a long time. I was just like, why does everybody say you need to get yourself into rooms with high people? It's like, it's not about money. It's not about you investing your money. It's not about that. That, yes, there's another video that I can do on that and explain the price point stuff. But I've bought high ticket stuff, right? I've not needed to be in high ticket. Sometimes the high ticket stuff can be the wrong transfer energy. You have millionaires who are teaching and operating from burnout frequencies. They are teaching and operating from this energy of hard hustle and grind. That will also be transferred over to you. So if you do not want a business or a business model that is built upon burnout and stress and fucking working as hard as fuck, then it's not for you. Don't invest in those mentors or coaches. This is the most important thing that I learned on my journey, which I want to pass down to you because it's so fucking important. It can save you so much time, money, and resources. Choose wisely. Don't just make rash decisions. Even for my investments, think deeply. Am I the right coach? Am I the right mentor for you at this moment in time? Your soul will guide you to that answer. This is why I don't like to just sell. It's just like naturally, people who are drawn, my clients who come into my spaces are ready at the right moment, at the right time. Law of divine timing. This is one of the keys, right? And you cannot operate your business from this energy, that frequency that I'm sharing with you, if you are in a scarcity mindset, number one. That thought yourself will be like, but how do you pay your bills, Janie? Well, that's for the universe to deliver to me because I trust that deeply and the universe always pays for me. The universe always shows up for me. And people are literally like, are you delusional? And I'm like, if I'm delusional, fine, but do you see me on the streets? Do you see me with Rode mics? Do you see me with all the equipment that I get either gifted or I buy for myself? Money shows up for me. It doesn't matter the how. Sometimes it's through business. Sometimes it's through gifts. Sometimes it's through scholarship. Sometimes it's through other people. But money always shows up. And then I choose to manage it and invest it wisely at the right time with the right people. And then I elevate. So again, you have to do this work. This is part of the work. And it's so important for you to understand why you need to move yourself from the environments that you are in on these 3 levels. There's 3 different types of environments you need to put yourself into, not just one. We are multidimensional beings, which means with a physical body. So physical environment is just one of them. There are 2 others. You might already know them. Now let's get into it. So you need to be transferring your energy the right way, okay? So be very mindful. The way that I work around this and operate is now I have very strong boundaries because as empaths, I'm open everywhere. I'm also a projector in human design, which means I have a lot of fucking open centers, which means I'm going to be absorbing and amplifying everybody's thoughts, everybody's feelings, everybody's fears, everybody's survival needs, roots, unmet needs, all of that stuff will come into my space and I'll be like, ugh, I don't like this feeling. So I need to stay in my abundant self, my identity, which is colored in and defined in human design. Those of you who know. But I have to protect that with all of my life, basically, because that's the most important. That's top priority for me to protect that. And the way in which I do it is by choosing who I'm investing in, which mentor I'm working with at any given moment. And the second thing is, even those mentors, I question, is that a belief I want to take on? Because you have that choice. Not everything that each mentor says is true. It might be true for them. It doesn't mean that it's going to be true for you. Okay. The whole point of mentorship is so that they can guide you into the spaces that you've not been, or they can show you multiple different channels, multiple different ways, because there's multiple different ways to make money in the online space, guys. It's not just one way, right? But you get to figure out which way works for you best. So the 3 environments that you want to be getting yourself into, number one is your mental environment. Have you plugged yourself in so deeply where your mindset gets to be rewired on a daily basis? Daily is important, not weekly, not monthly, because every single day that you are scrolling, every single day that you go to and from work, you listen to the radio, you listen to the news, something is going into your psyche, in your subconscious mind, that is either elevating or disempowering you. So if you are constantly listening to all these different places and all this different stuff, you are going to feel like your mind is scattered all over the place. So if you're an entrepreneur and your current struggle is literally, I don't know who I am, I don't know my niche, I don't know who I'm meant to serve, I like all of these different things, and you're not focused, this is why. So for you, I would recommend highly going into a mental environment. Now, this can look like one of the spaces that I've created inside of Intuitive Creator, as an example, is I just have mindset audios every single day. They can be anywhere from 10 minutes to 15 minutes to 20 minutes. And all you do is you plug in 1 audio a day or 2, sometimes depending on how you're doing this. I go for my walks and then I like to plug in my own mindset stuff sometimes. So I'll just listen to it and I'll be like, back into the zone, grounded. I know I'm in the right mindset for the rest of the day. So I do it on my walks. Sometimes I'll do it around the house. Some people listen to it while they're doing like Pilates and stuff. And this is the same in my free Telegram space, right? I've just done audio. So your mindset starts to get on board with where you're trying to take it. You take it to that next level. So again, when you are taking yourself into mental environments, because your mind is literally the starting point for everything, right? Your mind sets off your thoughts, your belief systems, your stories that you tell yourself, your habits, your actions, your emotions, okay? So if your mind's not right, everything else is underneath that, and the foundations are not going to be right either. So the first thing that I would tell yourself, no matter where you are watching this from in the world, get yourself into a mental state. You can have my free one. The link is dropped in the description box below. There's 10 free mindset audios in there. Even if you just start listening to that on repeat, I tell you, in a year from now, your life will be different. Just from listening to those 10 audios. That's how powerful this shit can be. But you have to be disciplined to do the work every single fucking day. Okay? And again, the mindset spaces that you choose to pour in, like I said, it has to be aligned with where your soul's trying to take you. If you listen to mindset stuff from someone who is highly masculine, highly in their hustle culture, like Alex Hormozi, Stephen Bartlett, all these people who are like at another level, it's great to listen to their stuff. But if you listen to their business stuff from the level at which they are operating, and if you are a feminine and you're a projector, you're not a generator, you don't have a sacral chakra to drive consistent energy from, you are going to experience burnout because you're not plugging yourself into the mindset, the environment that is required for your body, your energy, the way your energy works. So you have to align it to your soul. Pick and choose your mentors accordingly. Okay. Now, does this mean you don't invest in Alex Hormozi? No, I'm not saying that. As a projector, I would invest in him. Why? Because I can still take skills. I can still take his experiences, but the way in which I apply it will be very different. So as long as you are able to decipher, that's the key point. Okay. So put yourself in any mindset environment that you need on a daily basis, because then you start to elevate to that level. You start to think, behave, act, and operate that way on that frequency. That then becomes your dominant frequency. Okay. The second is your physical environment. At some point, yes, you do want to get yourself into the physical spaces because your body stores trauma. So even if you've had a bad experience with money or sales or anything in life, somewhere in your body, that energy gets trapped. Now, it gets trapped either as a limiting belief or story, or it'll get trapped as emotion. And that's somewhere in the body, right? This can show up as physical problems. So again, if you're burning out, if you're stressed, if you're, coming up with spots, or you've got ovary issues, prostate issues, back issues, whatever the thing, weight gain, all of that is your body trying to tell you there's some energy block here. We need to shift it. So with physical environment, I always say getting yourself into your physical environment spaces includes your health. Now, this is literally where you want to be doing breath work. Breath work works your nervous system. Your nervous system stores every part of that traumatic experience. If you're not seeing sales in your business, or if you've never made money, you will carry that belief in your body somewhere. So shifting your body with the mindset work will make dramatic results for you, okay? If you do all these three on the 3-dimensional planes, your life will change next year. Trust me. If you start this now, by next year, your life will be completely different. So I tend to do 3 core things for my physical environment. One is I will take myself on a daily walk every single fucking day without fail. I go on my walks. This is my environmental change where I go into nature. Nature is the best environment where you can ground yourself. You can release stuff. You're walking, you're moving your body, you're moving blocked energy through your body. Okay. Second thing is breath work, the vagus nerve breath. So it's literally like a ooh or a om. Okay. Those ChatGPT, this literally get the benefits of doing vagus nerve breathwork specifically tied to money blocks or business blocks. It will tell you all the things that you need to know. Go and do that every single day as a regular practice, because your body will go into the 4 stages of flight or fight, fawn or freeze or whatever those things whenever it comes to those blocks. So your body needs to release that so that you can start to elevate as well. So it's mindset, it's body, physical environment stuff. And again, you can go to the gym, you can do swimming, you can do anything physical body related. You can do shaking. These are all ways of just releasing that stress, that trapped emotion, that trapped energy that's stored in the body. And the more that you do this, the more freer, lighter you become, and the better you are able to hold, manage, and really hold that abundance energy in your field. Okay, so you're not operating from scarcity. And the third is your soul environment. And your soul environment is literally you being alone with your soul. Most people skip this completely. They're spiritual entrepreneurs, yes, but if you're not spending time alone to be with your soul, not to be with your ego, because your ego will kick in all the time. The ego is when you're sitting on your own and you're feeling sorry for yourself. You're licking your wounds, when you're just like, oh, this is not happening because of this. And you're sitting in blame. You're sitting in victimhood. That's all you sitting with the ego. I'm not telling you to do that. With the soul environment, you have to switch into your soul's voice. Who did she come here to be? Who did he come here to be? This is the baby version of you. When you were born and you came out as a baby, you had no conditions, okay? Those get placed upon you later on. As a baby, you are born as this pure energy. That's all you are. You are energy, and you cry, you laugh, you feed, you eat, you poop, all that good stuff. But outside of that, you don't actually have any belief system yet. So that soul, all it came here to do, if you look at every baby on the planet, all they want to do is they want to explore. So they want to go out into the world. They see colors and they're like, wow, what's that? They want to walk because it's something that they've not learned. So they want to grow. And every time they fall, as they try and grow, they stumble, but they cry a little bit. They get right back up. They don't go, oh, I've tried once now, so I'm not going to try again. My ego's hurt. No, that's the soul energy. The soul came here to grow. Okay, so when you are putting your soul into the soul environment, you're connecting to your higher self, you're connecting to your intuition, you are doing all the things that you wanted to do as a child that maybe you don't do anymore because you think that you need to do all this other stuff, but that's the ego tricking you. So the more that you start to put yourself into your soul's environment, the more you start to tap in. This can be through oracle, meditations, visualizations. Again, it has to be done where you are just you and yourself alone. And you listen to those limiting thoughts and you go, no, this is ego, this is ego, this is ego. And the easiest, simplest practice that I like to do with clients is literally this. What I'm giving you right here is for free, is literally just take yourself back to that baby version. Just go back to that baby version of yourself and just be like, okay, you're a baby right now. When you are trying a new skill, you're learning something in business. It's just like walking. It's just like running. When those babies first learn, they fucking fall down on their bottoms. That must hurt. But they cry sometimes, don't they? Because they're shocked, or, each baby responds differently. Again, that's why every single one of us is unique. And then some babies are really drawn to bright colors. Some babies hate fucking loud sounds. So each baby, again, is drawn to different things. That's your passions. What are you drawn to? Go and explore in that. Go and play. Some babies laugh the hell out of just ripping newspaper. They love it. Some babies, not so much. They're like, no, I'm not that amused. That's cool. That's your taste. That's your soul. But if you don't know who your soul is, how are you going to spend time in that environment? How are you going to actually build a soul-aligned business if you don't even know who the fuck your soul came here to be? And again, we can look at my soul came here to do astrology because I dive deeper into astrology, human design, people, energy, all of this stuff, right? Business, it lights me up. All of that stuff is what I explore, and then I learn, and then I move, and then I experience, and I fall down sometimes, and then I'll come back up and I'll be like, okay, I learned something new here. Eternal student, eternal teacher. That's what my soul came here to do and be. And most babies want that. So you just have to figure out what's your passion. Get yourself into those environments. Those 3 environments will literally change your life in a year if you follow this. Discipline, strict with yourself every single day. Watch my other videos about finding your mission, your why, your deeper purpose, because then that keeps this part of it very, very easy. If you know your why and you're not just chasing money, you're not just chasing likes and views and being famous and all of that bullshit, which is basically bullshit, right? It's just the ego. When you're not chasing that, oh my God, that's somebody's throat chakra blocked. Oh my God, that was literally not even my thing. So somebody here is fearful of speaking. I'm going to do another video on this, but again, if you're fearful of speaking your truth, it's because you have so many blocks of people's judgment over you, of what people have told you in the past. Again, that baby version of you, think of her, think of him. They will just they'll express themselves until somebody completely mutes them, which is you as an adult, obviously, right? But you get to make that choice to change that. You let it keep you chained, or you allow yourself to set yourself free, but the only person to set yourself free is you. Are you going to do that? And then that's when your business starts to thrive. So get yourself into the right environments on the 3 multidimensional levels that is required of you, because you're a multidimensional, beautiful being, and success will be a natural byproduct of it. I promise you, this is literally all that I do, and success almost chases me. And again, what are you defining success as? For me, success is one person following me, one person buying from me, one person is all I need to be So again, redefine success for yourself. Don't buy into what social media is constantly telling you, because that's just going to drag you down. It drags your energy down, drags everything down. It's just a drag. It's a party pooper. Subscribe if you're new here. Like this comment, comment, do all the things, and lots of love. Mwah.